Hey y'all, welcome to Southern Yankee DIY. I'm Leah and I'm so glad to have you here. If this is your first time joining us, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below because you don't want to miss out on any of the Southern Yankee DIY projects, room renovations, or budget-savvy home decor. Today we've got something extra special planned for y'all. We teamed up with a bunch of our other incredibly talented YouTube friends to bring you some more Easter and spring decor. This will be part 2 of our Easter and spring Tablescape series. Last week, I showed y'all how to make some DIY picket fence centerpieces. This week, I'm going to show you how to make a really cute picket fence place setting. You are going to absolutely love them and it's super budget savvy. I'm going to go ahead and link my friends below, so be sure to tell them that we sent you, and let's get started. For these picket fence placemats, we're going to use the 1-gallon paint sticks. They come in a pack of 10. I got them from Lowe's and they were 98 cents. So this is the perfect budget-savvy project. I'm also going to use my very favorite spray paint, the Rust-Oleum brand. I'm going to paint them with the primer white paint and just give them a really good top coat. The next size paint gallon stick we're going to use are the 5-gallon paint sticks. These come in a pack of 3 and they are 99 cents from Lowe's. I'm going to go ahead and cut a bunch of them, so I'm going to use this little trick where I clamp down a piece of wood right onto my saw so I can know exactly what size I need to cut each stick. I decided to cut these paint sticks right past that little curvature detail that they have on them because I wanted them to be nice and long so that they would stick out from underneath each place setting. Once our 1-gallon paint sticks are all nice and dry, we're going to bring in all of our paint sticks and get ready to work, starting with our 5-gallon paint sticks. And these are going to be the back portion of our picket fence. So we're going to add a little bit of hot glue to the very edge of the 5-gallon paint sticks and then go ahead and stick on our 1-gallon paint sticks on top of them. Now, it's very important to keep the 5-gallon paint sticks very even because your whole entire fence will be off if not. You can see I used a little command strip as a spacer in between my slats. Because we're using hot glue this time and not Gorilla Glue like we used for our centerpiece, the larger picket fence, we have to be a little bit faster. So I don't have time to measure in between and it's just so much easier to use a little spacer. So decide on how much space you want and then pick an object that's about that size. Again, that's a command strip, so you could really use anything. Keep adding your paint sticks as you go. Make sure that you're really pressing down and holding them into place. I pressed each one down for about 5 seconds. You just want to make sure that there's a good hold because if not, the hot glue will harden and it won't hold the paint stick very well. Now you can see here what I was talking about keeping those 5-gallon paint sticks even. I ran into a little bit of trouble where mine started to get crooked. So I had to break it off and then reattach the paint sticks that didn't stay. On my next one, I learned my lesson and kept them straight the entire way, and that went much, much faster. Once you get to the edge of your 5-gallon paint sticks, go ahead and place your last set of paint sticks right on the edge. As long as the spacing in between is the same, it doesn't really matter if there's not a full paint stick to hold on to it. Perfect, now our first placemat is complete. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I did the second one just so you can see how I was able to keep the 5-gallon paint sticks straight. Alright y'all, to keep those 5-gallon paint sticks even, what I ended up doing was using my gift box workspace as a layout guide. All I did was make sure that every single time my 1 gallon, the smaller paint stick, was at the very top of the box. This kept all of my paint sticks right in a row, and my 5-gallon paint stick stayed right in line because I wasn't moving around that 1-gallon paint stick. Then I just used the same steps as I did on the first picket fence onto the second one, using my spacer and pressing down as I went. But having this box as a little layout to make sure that all of my smaller paint sticks were in line definitely made it go by a lot faster, and it was a lot easier. And honestly, it just looks a lot better because you can tell everything is parallel and centered and more in line. Now it's time to take your picket fence back outside so we can do the back diagonal piece. This piece, I just used my 5-gallon paint stick, the large one, and marked it off so that it would be diagonal but still fill up the entire back space. I used my little Craig Jig marksman tool that I absolutely love to make sure that my diagonal line was nice and straight. Once you go ahead and mark it, now we're going to use our saw to cut it. You can use a handsaw if you want, or even a table saw if that's all you have. Use what you got to make it work. Once your piece is cut, we're going to go ahead and use hot glue to apply it to the back. Just apply hot glue at each end and then press it down firmly onto your picket fence. Now last time you might remember when I did my centerpiece picket fence, I used Gorilla Glue. That's because that was a little bit of a bigger project and I really needed the hold to last. Also, we have so many to make of these because I want to make about 6 for a complete table setting that it just makes more sense to do it the fastest way, which is with hot glue. Once I was sure that the hot glue was nice and dry, I went ahead and moved it onto my painting mat. We're going to use the Rust-Oleum primer again and just give the front and the back a really nice top coat. I do about 2 coats a piece, but that's totally preference and up to you. Just make sure that you get in between those cracks. Since I didn't spray paint the 5-gallon larger paint sticks ahead of time, I had to make sure that I got them really good this time. Alright y'all, once your placemats are dry, it's time to bring them in and add them to your spring or Easter tablescape. They're really perfect for both. I hope y'all love this picket fence as much as I do. I think that your guests are going to really be wowed by your individual picket fence placemats. I'm going to go ahead and link my friends' spring decor projects below, so don't forget to check them out and tell them that we sent you. I hope you all have a great day, and don't forget to come back next week when we do our finale of the Easter spring tablescape.